From high atop Healthcare Hill in Central Maryland, this is BSN Headline News. Today's top story is Good Samaritan Hospital, part of the Bon Secours Charity family of hospitals and services, establishes the first Lower Hudson Valley Mended Hearts for cardiac patients and families. As many of you know, Good Samaritan Hospital has the first and only cardiovascular program in the Lower Hudson Valley area. That cardiovascular program includes open heart surgery, cardiac catheterization laboratory, emergency angioplasty, electrophysiology studies, and a pacemaker clinic. And now, following the charism of Bon Secours, Good Samaritan Hospital is the first in the Lower Hudson Valley to establish a Mended Hearts chapter. Mended Hearts is a national nonprofit organization affiliated with the American Heart Association that offers the gift of hope to heart disease patients, their families, and caregivers. For more than 50 years, Mended Hearts has been recognized for its role in facilitating a positive patient care experience to heart patients through visiting programs, support group meetings, and educational forums. Their mission is to inspire hope in heart disease patients and their families. And Good Samaritan Hospital has teamed up with Mended Hearts to do just that in conjunction with their cardiovascular program. So, on September 21st, 2010, Good Samaritan Hospital honored that partnership in a chapter certification ceremony. Good Samaritan Hospital's first organizational meeting was in February 2009, and by August 2010, the satellite qualified for full chapter status, becoming the Mended Hearts Lower Hudson Valley chapter number 368. According to Sandy Jeanette, Good Samaritan Hospital's Community Education Coordinator Cardiac Liaison, Mended Hearts is made up of the very kinds of people it serves: heart patients, their families, and others impacted by heart disease. This support group helps people understand that there can be a rich, rewarding life after heart disease. The chapter certification reception started with the welcome by Sandy Jeanette, followed by a reflection from Sister Fran Gorsuch, CBS. Then Steve Ostrega, president of the new Mended Hearts chapter number 368, spoke to the audience about what Mended Hearts was all about. He pointed out that the rich array of programs that Mended Hearts has to offer can play an important role in helping those who have dealt with heart issues directly or indirectly to enjoy their renewed gift of life. Later, Jerry Durney, EVP of Bon Secours Charity, said, "I am proud to work with a great team of cardiac surgeons and dedicated volunteers who have helped to make this program a success." The reception included comments from the American Heart Association, various Mended Hearts representatives, and Good Samaritan cardiac surgeons, Dr. Ron Salinger, as well as Chief of Cardiac, Dr. Edward F. Lundy. According to Dr. Lundy, the Mended Hearts Visitor Program has a profound impact on patients and helps allay family fears. The mind-body connection is very important to the healing process. Mended Hearts helps patients get into a better mindset pre- and post-surgery. Bon Secours Charity Health System's Good Samaritan Hospital and Mended Hearts, bringing compassion, healing, and liberation to heart disease patients, their families, and caregivers in the Lower Hudson Valley through Mended Hearts chapter number 368. In other news, Bon Secours St. Francis Health System in Greenville, South Carolina, announced that Daniel S. Duggan has been named Executive Vice President, Chief Operating Officer of Bon Secours St. Francis Health System in Greenville, South Carolina. Dan transferred to his new role on September 20th, 2010. In his new role, Dan will have Bon Secours St. Francis Health System system-wide operational responsibilities for non-nursing clinical areas, human resources, and other support services. Dan most recently served as Executive Vice President Administrator of DePaul Medical Center since 2006. Previous to that, he served as Chief Executive Officer of Bon Secours Holy Family Regional Health System in Altoona, Pennsylvania. According to Mark Nance, CEO of St. Francis Health System, we are extremely pleased to have someone of Dan's ability and background to provide leadership for Bon Secours St. Francis Health System. With his clinical experience, professional credentials, and personal attributes, he is well suited to take on the challenges we face in our industry and our upstate South Carolina marketplace. Please join us in congratulating Dan Duggan in his new role as Executive Vice President, Chief Operating Officer of Bon Secours St. Francis Health System in Greenville, South Carolina. Finally, Bon Secours Ministries' directional statement is a subject we have been talking about recently, and today we thought we might talk a little bit about one of the 6 calls within that directional statement. Specifically, the call reads, "A strong focus on the development of competent and confident healthcare ministers steeped in the richness of Catholic social teaching and the heritage of Bon Secours." One of the programs offered by the Center for Ministry Leadership is a program called Legacy and Leadership. Very recently, the Legacy and Leadership program held the 6th module of the 9-month course at the Bon Secours Spiritual Center in Marriottsville, Maryland. The goal of the 6th module was to introduce and build upon the essential relationship between one's call and response to ministry and the role of community in both ministry formation and ministry leadership. The current roster of participants reflects a diverse selection of people from across the Bon Secours health system, but also includes participants outside BSN, as Legacy and Leadership is recognized in the industry as a leader in the development of Catholic leaders. The 6th module's 2-day schedule included prayer and reflection, to be sure, but also gave the group an opportunity to gather in community, to better integrate the Catholic health ministry to the complexities of the world and business environment. The group spent time learning about the sponsors of Bon Secours and the charism of Bon Secours. They also became more familiar with applying Catholic social teaching to real workplace challenges, and all of this within the community setting. Legacy and Leadership directly addresses that call to develop competent and confident healthcare ministers, and it takes that challenge seriously. You can find out more about Legacy and Leadership on IRIS. Just search for the term Legacy and Leadership or contact Father Joe Driscoll. Legacy and Leadership, empowering the ministry with a strong focus on the development of competent and confident healthcare ministers. Well, that's it for this week. Stay tuned to this portal for future up-to-date information on these and other stories on BSN Headline News. I'm Dave Schlachter. Thanks for joining us. BSN Headline News is a production of Bon Secours Productions and is solely responsible for its content.